Life is like that sometimes. I will begin with the phone call. Now, you are relaxing at home. You sit there quietly, and suddenly your phone rings. Well, you decide to answer. You decide, well, this is not a scammer calling. So you decide to answer. And it's a voice you know, but you have not heard that voice in donkey years, a very long, long time. The person begins to inquire about your welfare in a very, very caring voice. First, the questions: how are the kids? When last you saw those old friends from school days? Are you taking a vacation soon? Now, at the back of your mind, if there is such a spot, you begin to wonder, boy, I wonder what or why is the real reason that infrequent caller called. And the answer comes just as you're about to tell the caller that someone is knocking at the door. Actually, it is a favor that the person really wanted, but they cannot just come out and ask for it like that. They had to sweeten you up with some nice old talk before making the request. And you complied, eh? You complied with the request without even asking why. Why your calls that you made to them were not answered in donkey years. You do so because you are a good soul. Life is sometimes like that. Now you are in a long line at the bank and you're wondering, boy, when am I going to get out from here? When I will be attended to? You have a serious appointment, important appointment that you must keep. And the time is ticking by. Time for that appointment is drawing close. Now suddenly someone walks in, bold and brave, looked at the teller and smiled. And surprisingly, that person gets attended before you and all the others in the line. What you do not know is the one who arrived is a relative of the teller, or perhaps they sat in the same class at school. So it is later for you. You see, this friend thing always existed and it's not going anywhere soon. Now you are asked to train a person. The boss requested that you train a person to do a job that you know so very well. And being a nice, good person, you teach everything that you know. Then the person that you teach, with less experience of the job, that person becomes your boss. And you ask yourself, I wonder how that happened, boy. What you do not know is that that person's uncle sits on the board of directors. Life is sometimes like that. Now, a politician is shaking your hand and smiling in a crowded room. But you notice that while the politician is shaking your hand, you look at his or her eyes and you see the eyes roam in the room. And then suddenly that politician moves away. And you realize why. Someone they deem more important than you is spotted. So it is bye Blakey for you and bye to the conversation that you were having. It was George Orwell who said, all men are created equal, but some are more equal than others. And we see it in everyday life, where life is sometimes like that. Now, I'm sure you have experienced this. You sit in a class and you're praying, boy, you're praying, hoping the teacher does not call on you. You did not do the homework, you did not prepare well, you are not prepared to answer a question. Boy, we have this little thing in us that's talk to us, eh? Something tells you, boy, they're going to ask me the question, the first question coming my way. And just as the thought hits you, the teacher calls your name, and you wonder, boy, did I will it? Did I will that? Now you are about to call a friend. A friend lives in a far off place. And just as you pick up the phone, the friend calls you. And it happened again. And you say, boy, how this thing happen? Is it some sort of telepathic force? Some sort of force that you do not know? A force that transcends time and distance? Well, I guess we might never know that. Now you're in a room filled with people. Everybody socializing and having a wonderful time. And then all of a sudden somebody walks in and suddenly the mood changes. A different atmosphere. Everyone becomes quiet. And some immediately walks out. They leave. What bad aura did that person bring into that room? You know, some people have this bad aura. And when they come into a room, they create an atmosphere that people do not like. Now, you sit on a chair and you get this strong feeling, boy, somebody is staring at me. Eyes are fixed on me, on you, staring at you. And you look up, and sure enough, the eyes are glued on you. What force caused you to feel that in the first place? Someone treated you real badly, boy, real badly. Insults and all. They even insult you on Facebook. And you swear to yourself, I'll get even with them. Whenever I see that person, I'll give them a piece of my mind. I'll get even. But you know what? You meet the individual on the street, and all the ill feelings that you had disappear. And you greet that person warmly. Do you really know how you will react in all situations? Do you really know yourself? You see, life is not always, but sometimes like that. Now, people generally take advantage on those that they perceive are weak and defenseless. We say it in our own local talk, those that have strength on. We see that on the African plains. You see that with animals pouncing on each other. Survival of the fittest. But people know that if you are strong, if you can put up a fight, or if you have supporters who can come to your assistance, if they know that, they'll have a hard time fighting you, and you have money too, that you can hire big time lawyers to defend you. Believe me, they will think twice before confronting you. They'll continue to pounce on the weak and the defenseless. Now, do you ever wonder why a poor man or woman will be sent to prison for stealing 2 coconuts to satisfy hunger? 2 coconuts sent to prison. Why a wealthy person became wealthy by thieving left and right. Big thief. And they walk scot-free because they have money to hire big-time lawyers. You ever wonder that? You see, life is not always fair, but life is sometimes like that. Remember too, not everybody will speak their minds. Not all. The point is, some people say things that are convenient, especially if what they say can line their pockets with money. So they will tell you things that they don't even believe themselves. We see that in politics. Anthony Wendell Dirks.